If you need any Xbox or PlayStation codes or any cheap PC games, use the referral link in the description. It will take you over to g2a.com. They already have a discount on most of their goods, and if you use the code CHES at checkout, you can get yourself an extra 3% off as well. Hey guys, how's it going? Ches back again and welcome to episode number 32 of the Wolfsburg series here on FIFA 16. After the last episode, we're getting ourselves back into the winning groove. We picked up a couple of 3-point hauls in yesterday's video. We're hoping to continue that trend in today's. Obviously, we've kind of built up slowly when it comes to our overall performances so far this season. A couple of the new signings taking their time to bed in. Javier Pastore seems to have hit the ground running, but Sofian Feghouli and Alvaro Morata definitely taking their time for me to get adjusted to them effectively in the starting lineup, etc. But they have started to have an impact on things in the first team picture, as has Jetro Willems, obviously the left back that we brought in from PSV as well. So hopefully we can continue that vein of form in today's episode. You can see they go dancing through here, and that is the most ridiculous own goal I've ever seen. Well, other than the one we got in the My Player playoff final, to be completely honest. But Diekmeyer there tries to head it over the bar, heads it straight into the back of the net. Brilliant. GG, bro. 1-0 down after half an hour. Fantastic stuff. Exactly what we wanted. Right then, let's go and get ourselves an equaliser, shall we? Donald Dembolo into Hakan Çalhanoğlu here. Lovely bit of skill to get past the defender. Completely blocks him off. Clear obstruction, and that will be a free kick. Obviously, with Çalhanoğlu on the pitch, he's going to take it, and he bashes it into the back of the net. We saw, it was either in yesterday's video or the episode on Wednesday, that Çalhanoğlu and Ricardo Rodriguez, I hadn't quite found my range with free kicks just yet. But then, that one was absolute perfection from the Turk, and we are back on level terms. Lovely ball through to Donald Dembolo here. Going to try and turn inside the defender, and he does so quite nicely. Shot though is well blocked, and unfortunately we have to stay at 1-1 for now as we head into the second half. We've mentioned previously about the number of block shots we've encountered so far this season. It has stopped us from scoring more than one goal in a game to this point in the series. But Çalhanoğlu across to Nabil Fekir. Into the back of the net it goes. For the first time this season, we've scored 2 goals in a game. Huzzah! About time that happened, isn't it? So we're now 2-1 in front, and we're pushing further forward. We brought on Julian Draxler for Hakan Çalhanoğlu. Going to have to try and concentrate on Çalhanoğlu's stamina, because it's really quite poor at the minute. Finally, we have a blocked shot at the other end, where we're getting a block in, and it's not a block at the offensive end of the pitch, so we stay 2-1 up for now. Maximilian Arnold is sending through Nabil Fekir here. Brilliant dribbling feet, actually, to turn inside. Good shot, well saved. Drops to Mbolo, but he decides to run past the ball, so we'll stand it back into the box again. Can't win the header on the edge of the box, and it goes back out. Fekir tries the little skill move that Çalhanoğlu won a free kick with earlier. Doesn't work, and it immediately ends up with a counter-attack at the other end through Yusuf Paulsen, who we obviously know is a fantastic prospect for career mode, but luckily for us, he missed the shot. Good save by Diego Benaglio. We get a 2-1 victory against Red Bull Leipzig in the Bundesliga. Thank you very much. Right then, into the second game. We'll see if we can do the same again, shall we? Although hopefully without the ridiculous own goal this time around. We're playing away from home against FC Cologne, although they're having a fantastic start to the season. They're second after 6 games. So they're not going to be the easiest of opposition to play against, it has to be said. Obviously, Timo Horn in goal is, again, another fantastic prospect for career mode. Really good goalkeeper, youngster that grows quite well. Everybody knows about Leonardo Bittencourt as well from his time at Dortmund, and obviously they've got Anthony Modeste up top, who's a solid physical striker. So we will have our work cut out trying to get past those particular players. You can see though Morata is restored back to the first team, as is Javier Pastore, so we'll be hoping for a solid victory here, although again, like we say, Cologne having a fantastic start to the season, so it might not be as easy as first thought. And Wirtz catches the man in the middle on the ball, Luis Gustavo, goes through to Osaka. He puts it into the back of the net, but luckily for me, he was offside. And weirdly, that's been a problem for me all season so far this second year. Luis Gustavo, for some reason, his first touch and ball control seems to have gone backwards since we started the series. I don't know why that appears to be the case. His first touch and dribbling have just really let me down so far this second season, and I have absolutely no idea why. So I'm going to try and concentrate on some dribbling and ball control for him in the training modules, because it's actually starting to cost me possession more often than it isn't, to be completely honest. But Andre Schürrle breaks through 3 defenders here before whipping it into the far top corner. Brilliant goal, and then the celebration, he slides straight through the legs of the ball boy, who doesn't even react, and then lets the teammate walk through him to celebrate with Andre Schürrle. That's quite a celebration, sliding through the legs of the of the ball boy. But to be fair, that is a wonderful goal from Andre Schürrle, dancing between 3 defenders and then putting it into the far top corner. We are 1-0 in front here. Thank you very much. Julian Draxler slotting through Javier Pastore here. Obviously, he is fantastic on the ball. It's almost as if so close to going into the back of the net as well. Cleared away by Hector. But it's almost as if the amazing ability of Pastore to, just in general, his touch and his dribbling has taken away, or maybe it's even just highlighted how poor Luis Gustavo is. Maybe I wasn't aware how poor Luis Gustavo is because the other players that I had around him were of similar ability. Now that we've got a genuinely world-class dribbler in Javier Pastore, it's showing up the flaws of Luis Gustavo. But there's also a flaw there in the attempted save from Diego Benaglio. And Cologne are back on level terms. Nicolas Sula as well there. I tried to challenge for the header and he didn't even bother to jump. He just stood there and kind of ducked his head forwards towards the ball. Atrocious defending, really, really poor defending, and actually we're going to go 2-1 down before half-time comes around. Only 1 minute supposed to be added on, and they score after 1.5 minutes, which doesn't necessarily please me, but the first goal should never have been allowed to have an attempt on target. I was livid with Nicolas Sörle there. That's just not good enough from him. 93 strength, and he just doesn't even bother to jump. Sofiane Feghouli, though, is going to drag us back onto level terms. 20 minutes into the second half, another very, very good finish. I think that's his first goal this season for his new club as well. So we made a couple of changes. Iñaki Williams coming on and Corentin Tolisso for Luis Gustavo. Tolisso obviously not seeing too much first team football at the minute thanks to the arrival of Javier Pastore. But we've got a free kick here. Andre Schürrle is going to take it 35 yards out. Obviously not going to be able to shoot from here. So we'll try and pass it off and try something from the training ground perhaps. As you can see, top left, Ricardo Rodriguez did pick up an injury and had to leave the field. And that's actually a big injury as well. And Iñaki Williams wasn't able to find the target with that short free kick either, which was quite disappointing. Trying the corner technique though, Andre Schürrle back to Javier Pastore. His shot is brilliantly saved by Timo Horn up high to the right hand side to stop us from being able to win it in the last minute. So unfortunately only a 2-2 draw against Cologne, but they'd only conceded 6 goals in all 6 games they've played so far this season. So to score 2 against them was good, and if it hadn't been again for a mistake from a defender, we would have had another victory. Unfortunately, Ricardo Rodriguez is out for 2 months with a broken elbow. It may even be 3 months. I'm not entirely too sure. I couldn't quite read it there quick enough. I wasn't paying attention to the actual screen. But as you can see, we're heading into the second game of the Champions League group stage. We beat Saint-Etienne, and we beat Panathinaikos, and now we're playing Saint-Etienne tonight in this second game of the Champions League stage. Chelsea beat Saint-Etienne in their first game of the group stage. So Chelsea are top, we are second, and we would very much like to stay up with Chelsea at the top of the table, because you would presume they're going to beat Panathinaikos, so it'd be nice to stay level pegging with them on 6 points if we can get a win here. But Saint-Etienne, coming away from home, are playing a very offensive formation. It's a 4-3-3 attack with 2 centre mids and a cam, as well as obviously 2 wide players and a striker. So they're going for it, or so it seemed, but we were going to start off on the attack here. The first chance didn't come till just before half-time. Hakan Çalhanoğlu turns inside though, going to try and shoot it towards the far corner, but unfortunately it's a good save by the keeper and they clear it away quite well. There was to be one more chance though before half-time came about. Feghouli involved down the right-hand side, trying to shove off the attentions of Asu Okoto, and does so. Plays it into Maximilian Arnold, who gets it across to Jetro Willems. Plenty of space for the left-back and plenty of space in the middle as well for Corentin Tolisso. Gets it across to Fekir, whips it with his left foot, but can't quite get it into that far bottom corner. So into the second half we go, trying the corner technique again. Back to Sofiane Feghouli. Not too much space then, well hounded by the defender, so we lay it back to Robin Knocker. Defender has the shot and it's well blocked by a defender, goes out for another corner. Okay, we'll try again. Even more space for the man on the edge of the box here. I've seen plenty of people trying to do this year, or utilising this ability to lay it back to the man on the edge of the box, and it's worked wonders for us again. Not a direct shot from the man on the edge of the box, this time again laying it off to a teammate, but Fekir this time on his right foot rifles it into the back of the net. We have a 1-0 lead. Thank you very much, Nabil Fekir. He's going to start seeing some more first team football if his goal scoring is going to continue the way it has done so far this season. Good save down low by Benaglio from Asu Okoto. to keep us in front for now, and we'll try and get a second if we can. Fekir involved again. Obviously, his dribbling is actually very good as well, as is Çalhanoğlu's. Drills it into Tolisso, around the corner to Manolo Gabbiadini. Going to get it on his left foot. So much space. Can't find the target. Disappointing, Manolo. Very disappointing. 2-0 would really have put the game to bed there, but never mind. We'll push forward. Clement's going to turn inside here. Saint-Etienne with a chance to get themselves an equaliser. Horrendously powerful shot, or pass, sorry, to Roux. But his first touch actually completely sold the defender, and luckily for us, their eventual shot wasn't good enough to get themselves a goal. So we end with a 1-0 victory. So we are clawing our way back up the table. We are now only 2 points away from 5th spot, and only 3 points from the Champions League position. So after a really poor start and losing our opening 2 games, we have definitely started to pull things around, and we'll try and continue again that vein of form in the next episode. 2 wins today, obviously 1 in the Champions League again, 1 in the league, and a draw against Cologne, who still remain second in the table. So Bayern running away with things so far though, as you can see, 6 wins from 7 and only a draw, so they remain undefeated and the only team to do so. But we will have to play them sooner rather than later, and hopefully we can get a victory to destroy that unbeaten record. And obviously, if we can get more wins in the Bundesliga in tomorrow's episode, then we'll be able to get ourselves back up towards those European spots quicker as well. But for now, that's going to bring today's video to a close. Thank you very much for watching, guys. Drop the video a like if you enjoyed, of course, as always. Subscribe if you haven't already. Check the channel page for anything you may have missed over the past few days. There will be a Football Manager 2016 stream for the first time ever tonight on Twitch, so make sure you follow the link in the description to that as well. Follow me on Twitter, add me on Facebook, follow me on Instagram, and I will see you next time.